Do you ever feel like manifestation is just another thing on your to-do list that you don't have time for? Like your spiritual practice is something that you have to do? Honestly, you're not alone because I felt that way too. Something that's really changed my relationship with manifestation is blending it into my lifestyle so that no matter what I'm doing, I'm also manifesting. I call this manifestation as a lifestyle, and it's single handedly made the entire manifestation journey more enjoyable for me. And I've seen my desires show up with a lot more ease. Manifesting as a lifestyle has made manifestation go from feeling like a task to something I just naturally do because it's who I am. If you'd like to learn more about this, I've created a step by step guide for you. I'll link it in my show notes so you can check it out.
Hi everyone, my name is Payal Agarwal and I want to welcome you to the Affirmation Addict podcast. Affirmations have changed my life and now it is my mission to help you use them to change yours by using affirmations every day to manifest things your way. My goal is to make affirmations attainable and accessible to every single person, including you, because you have the ability to take control and create your reality. So come with me on my journey and let's see what we can manifest together. Hi everybody, happy Saturday. I hope you guys are having an absolutely beautiful day. I know today has been so nice for me because we have finally finished home renovations and cleaned up the house. So everything is in its place and organized. And I just feel clean and light and really inspired, honestly. And today I want to talk to you about something that I've been working through the past few weeks. It's just been a big struggle for me to balance a lot of different things that are going on in my life. And so one thing that I've really been working on is listening to my intuition and following my knowing. And that's what I'm going to talk about on today's episode. And before I get started, I want you guys, if you can, to just take a second, stop what you're doing, and if you can, close your eyes and just feel your body and feel whatever you're feeling, and close your eyes and just focus on you. And take a second to think about if you're feeling really light, if you're feeling fresh, airy, happy, or inspired. So those are kind of the light feelings. Or think about if you're feeling heavier, if you have some stress, or if you have nervousness, or you feel pressured, a little tense, or just unsatisfied. So take a second and determine or feel and get in touch with if you're feeling light or heavy. Okay, so now that is something I've recently learned is the difference between feeling light and heavy. And that's the best way that I've heard this I've had this explained to me. And that's kind of just really tuning in and feeling, because the power of your knowing is so, so strong, and everybody has the ability to listen to their knowing, to tune in, and we all have that gut feeling. And how many times are we in those situations where we either ignore that gut feeling or we suppress it because it's not the practical thing to do, or there's something else that outweighs it? And personally, that's something I didn't realize that I was going through or that I was dealing with. And so I think a week ago now, I had a Reiki session. And for those of you who don't know what Reiki is, it's basically energy and light healing. And my Reiki lady is actually all the way in India. So we talk on the phone and we kind of get on the same energy frequency, and then we talk through things, and she helps me clear what doesn't serve me and really helps me tackle things that I don't really have the ability to see or to understand at this point. So she kind of helps me understand situations in a different way, or understand why I'm feeling a certain way if I don't like how I'm feeling. And I actually scheduled a session with her because I just felt kind of lost and confused, but for no particular reason. Like, I just didn't feel good. And it was bothering me because I tried so hard. I was like, okay, I have my affirmations, I have this, and I didn't understand what was bothering me. And that was frustrating me because I know my goal is to feel good, and I wasn't feeling good. So I called her and we had a really good chat. And one thing she told me is that I have a really, really strong knowing and intuition, but I always end up going back on it. And it kind of hit me that that's something that we all do. And I didn't realize the power and like the extent to which I do that until she gave me some examples. And so that's kind of the root of this topic and why I wanted to talk to you guys about this, because I think it's something that once you tune into it, once you capture it, it's something that's so easy and important to follow. So the first thing I want to talk about is why it's so important to trust your intuition and really what that means, because for some people that might not make any sense. And to break it down, the way that it makes the most sense to me is that everything has energy. Everything is made out of energy. Me, you, a table, like we are all made out of energy and atoms and molecules. That's what we all are. I'm not a science major at all, but I do know the basic thing that all of us are matters of energy, and energy has a vibrating frequency. And so that's why if someone or something or a certain situation is coming up in your life and you feel really good about it, that's like your intuition telling you, okay, this is good. But if you have a feeling of bad or any stress, that's your intuition telling you that this isn't good for you. Those gut feelings you get, that is your intuition speaking to you. And so don't think that you don't have an intuition or you don't have a knowing. You get that gut feeling and you just have to tune in and feel your body. For some people, it's super easy, and for others, it's not as easy, and you just have to work on it. And that easiness comes from really just trusting yourself. It's not a heightened ability, in my opinion. I believe everybody has that. I believe it's really just accepting that you have that ability and using it. And so if you have this notion that you don't have a strong intuition or you don't have the ability to really trust your intuition, please scratch that, because I think that's not true at all. I think all of us are blessed and gifted with the power of your mind, and you all are forces of energy. And as forces of energy, we have the ability to feel what feels good and what feels bad. And that's really what it all comes down to. And so if you really don't understand what intuition is or what trusting your knowing is and need some more clarity on that, send me a message, because I'd love to talk to you about it. But just I hope each and every one of you realizes that your intuition and your knowing is real and it's true, because the force and universe and all like higher knowing, higher wisdom, whatever faith you believe in, whatever religion you are, all of it is one. And that's kind of the underlying science behind it, is that everything is one. Everything is an energy, regardless of what religion you are, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of anything. Everything is made out of energy, and that's why all of us and everything has the ability to be in alignment. And that's something that I don't think a lot of people get to hear, because it's just such a phenomenon and it sounds too kind of cliche or too weird in a way. So if you give yourself the acceptance and are ready to tap into your intuition, the world is yours. And that's really why I wanted to bring you guys my side of this story, because it's something that I didn't realize I was doing. And so going back to my Reiki session, my Reiki lady told me, basically, she was like, you feel this way, because I was basically feeling very lost and very just like not good. I felt doubtful. I felt kind of like I wasn't trusting things, trusting people that are very close to me. I just felt like I was doubting and felt vulnerable, which is not a good feeling to have. And I was like, I don't understand why I'm feeling this way. And she was like, because right now, a lot of the actions you're taking is banking on your intuition, and you aren't giving yourself the benefit of trusting your intuition. And that's why it's so important, because I made some decisions that are completely intuitively based, and a lot of people might not agree with them. I will soon tell you what those decisions were, I promise. But I made some choices that are good, in my opinion. They feel good for me, and I started to doubt them. And so she was like, that's why you're feeling it. She was like, you made this choice, your intuition was super strong, and you went for it, and now you're going back on it. So she basically told me I take one step forward and 2 steps back. And I thought about this, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about this, and I realized all of us do that so much. Like, you have this awesome business idea, and you're like, I'm going to go for it. And then you start getting into the nitty-gritty, and then you step backwards because you're like, this isn't practical. Like, your intuition speaks, you listen, and then we step back. So that's something I am really, really trying to work on. And what I've been doing actually is listening to my intuition in my daily activities and my daily actions. So what I'll do is I'm a very to-do list kind of person. So I like writing down everything I need to do. But the good thing with that is I'm organized, but the bad thing is I kind of feel a pressure to get every single thing on that list done. And some things I notice I push off to the end, and that's because I don't feel like I want to do it. And what I've started doing these past 2 weeks is if it's on my to-do list and my eyes dart to it and I feel like I want to do it, I feel good about it, I'll do it. And if I don't feel good about it, I will push it off to later. I'll leave it for the next day and I'll listen to what my body is saying. And I know that sounds ridiculous, listening to your body and things you need to do. And for example, for some things that might not work for people, like for going to work. If I don't feel like going to work, it's not like I can just be like, hey, not going to work today. And I understand that. But for maybe try this with littler things and start testing your intuition and your feeling and see how you really feel. Like if you really need to do laundry and you're not feeling it, maybe save it for tomorrow and see how that makes you feel. But don't give yourself that pressure, because what I've learned is when I trust my intuition and listen to my intuition and act on it, I get things done way more efficiently, way better, like better quality, and I'm happy when I'm doing it. Like 3 wins. It's not like I'm dreading it. I hate my life when I'm doing it, and I'm taking forever because I'm pushing it off and I'm getting distracted and I'm on my phone for 30 minutes. So that's one thing I've really learned, how to really listen to my intuition in little things in your daily life too. If it's something you don't want to do, just really don't do it. If it doesn't make you feel good, try saying no and try not doing it and listen to your body, listen to what you need, because I don't think that's really encouraged in our society anymore. I think it's encouraged to, you're supposed to do this, this, and this, and be on a certain track. And so one thing I've been doing is testing that and testing, listening to my inner self, my inner gut, and really going with that. And to be honest, these past few weeks have been so refreshing for me. I feel like a completely refreshed and rejuvenated person because I wake up in the morning, we're doing home renovations, and if I don't want to do something, I'm like, maybe I'll push that to tomorrow, and I won't give myself stress because I'm not on a deadline for this. No one is being harmed if I don't do this, so why not give myself a break and prioritize something else that I really do want to do and then do that tomorrow. And that's where I think is the key, is really listening to your intuition in those little decisions, and that'll help you strengthen your trusting of your intuition for bigger decisions. And that's something I think I would want all of you to try out for a day or a week, and just let me know what you feel and let me know what you think and tell me if it works for you. And maybe I'm not the only one it works for. And so I really want to see if this little experiment of mine works out for you guys. And the last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is different ways to strengthen your intuition. And this goes back to the topic where some people might feel that they don't have an intuition or they don't even know where to start. And so start with just tuning in and listening. What we did at the first part of the episode is close your eyes and just feel. No thinking, feel. Feel your body, feel just the energy, because in the end, we're all energy. Feel if you feel light and happy and you want to smile, or if you feel stressed and you're kind of frowning your face. And just sit there and feel. I'm not telling you to meditate. I'm just telling you to feel your body. That's the simplest and quickest way to tap into your intuition. And then the next thing, contrary to what I just said, is meditating. And I personally am someone who has struggled with meditating. It's something, I don't know, that's where it is. Like, I don't feel aligned to it at this moment, and I do it in different ways, but closing my eyes and just sitting there and not thinking hasn't been working for me recently. And so that's an example of me listening to my intuition and just not meditating, and I'm okay with it. But if meditating works for you, meditate. And I'm working on it, but don't be hard on yourself if it doesn't work for you. The next thing is test those gut feelings you get. If you get a gut feeling that something is really, really good, like if you are maybe investing in stocks or something and you are like, I think the stock is going to do really well, maybe just put some money in there. Or if you really think that you need to go on a certain vacation, maybe book a flight. Or if you think something, if you need to get rid of something, if you need to break up with someone or move to a new city or take a new job or quit your job, maybe if you want to take those big decisions, take those big decisions and test your gut feeling and test that instinct, because the only way you can make it stronger and make yourself trust it is by acting on it. Because you can listen all you want, but the biggest part is taking action on it. The next thing is reading your body. And this is really strong for me. And I literally, if something bad is about to happen or I feel something bad, like I feel my stomach turn or like I feel my throat get swelled up, like I'm about to cry, like I'll randomly feel like I'm about to cry for no specific reason at all. And that's how I know, like, that's my intuition telling me something. Or if you're just randomly smiling, that could be your intuition telling you something. So really listen to your body. Your body is connected to your source of energy. So just listen to your body. If your body reacts weirdly to something or your body like feels different in a certain situation, just listen to it and think about what it might be telling you. And then another thing is get creative. Like using your creativity, it's scientifically proven. There's so many exercises and research, that has been done to show how effective creativity can be in terms of self-development and really getting in tune with your own values and where you really stand in society. And that's a really good way to help you tune up your intuition and really explore who you are. And that's something I love doing because I love painting and I love crafting and I love drawing and creating things. So that's something, and creativity could be cooking too. It can be anything creative. It doesn't have to be artsy. It can be creating a new recipe or creating a new way to do something in your job. If you're being creative at your workplace, anything creative is only going to help you go further because you're using different parts of your mind and you're trusting your intuitive ability to create something that's not normal or that's not the norm. And that's another way of trusting your intuition and what your body and what your knowing is telling you. And then the last and most important thing is just allowing yourself to trust your intuition and really releasing the resistance that your intuition or that you are not capable of having a strong intuition, because so many people are like, well, I can't be right. I can't, like, someone else is right, and they need an authority. So really give yourself the authority to be the one to make that decision and trust your intuition, because that's something I do. I look towards other people in really important situations. I'll ask my dad or I'll ask my mom or I'll ask Tom, like, do you think this is right? And I have tried and I've been working on really just going in and just being like, if this is what I think is going to work, I'm going to do it, and then I'll tell them after. They won't be upset. So just really trusting my own abilities and what I create and then showing it to other people. And I think the biggest thing is to allow yourself and not give yourself any discredit if your intuition is wrong or right. Like, this is a learning process, so let yourself learn and let yourself explore. You're working on yourself. All of us are working on ourselves at all times. Some people aren't as open about it, so just give yourself that benefit. And lastly, I wanted to give you guys a couple of affirmations. These are affirmations I have made for myself. I've been using these for the past few weeks to help strengthen your intuition. And so the first one is, I trust my knowing. I allow myself to listen to my intuition. I release resistance from myself. I'm confident in myself, my intuition, and my abilities. Everything I need is within me. My intuition is my GPS. My intuition is my soul's GPS. So those are, I think, the 8 or 10 affirmations I have been using because I really, really wanted to build more confidence in my own knowing and my own intuition. And these have seriously helped me over the past 2 weeks just to really get back in tune with myself and not feel so lost and out of whack, and really do feel light and good. Even though I have a ton of things on my to-do list and I have a ton of different things going on, I still feel good. And that's not going to change. Like, my actions, my to-do list, whatever, my tasks, those aren't going to change. But the way I feel during all of that is up to me. And so me being in tune and feeling good and feeling light is me being able to do all those tasks more efficiently, more effectively, and even better. And so what I would really ask for you guys to do is give yourself a few days or a few weeks, however long you want to try this out, and try sitting down and seeing where you feel. Like, see if you feel light, see if you feel heavy, and test your intuition and really go for those things that your gut is telling you to do, but your mind or something like a practical reason or something might be telling you not to do, and weigh out the options and see if it's worth it to at least give it a shot, if it works for you. And I just wanted to tell you guys that it has made such a difference for me to listen to my intuition for my to-do list, for my job, for my daily life, like from little things to the biggest decisions. Listening to my intuition has made me feel so good and at peace with myself that I feel like I'm just getting more done more efficiently and in a with better quality. And so to me, it's just increasing my quality of life, so to speak. And so I really, really encourage all of you guys to try tapping into your own intuition and trusting your intuition. Use those affirmations I just said. I'll put them in the show notes below. But use those affirmations and really try strengthening your intuition and playing around with it, because your intuition just can grow stronger and stronger and stronger. And sooner and later, you'll find out your intuition is way stronger than you think. And I'm not at that level, but that's where psychics come in. That's where Reiki healers come in. That's where so many of those higher level healers and beings come in. That's their intuition, and that's them being in touch with the higher knowing. And actually, I forgot to say this, but your intuition literally means I listen to myself and I listen within. That's what intuition, the word intuition means. And so give it a try. Let me know what you think, but that's what I've really been working on this past few weeks, and it's helped me an immense amount. So I hope this helps you. And if this works for you, just send me a message, send me an email, anything. I'd love to hear if you guys are going through the same thing, or if this is something that you've been looking for, if this works for you. But that's all I have for you. I hope this was super helpful for you guys, and I am sending you all my love, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your weekend. Take care, you guys. Mwah. Bye. That's all I have for you guys, and I just want to say thank you again for spending some time with me. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, head over to my social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or go to my website if you want to subscribe to my email list, which is affirmation-addict.com. I cannot wait to hear from you guys, and I will talk to you guys super soon. Have a good one, you guys. Bye!